No problem. So, is it okay now? Is my audio clear?
Yes, I can hear you very well.
Okay, that's nice to know. Alright. So anyway, let us get started. So here in page two, we have a sentence. So can you guess what is our sentence, Leon?
Don't let me down.
Yes, that's perfect. Alright, now let's go to page three. And of course, just like what you have answered, our pattern or expression for this lesson is let me down. And I'm sure that you have already previewed our video clips here, right?
Yes, right.
Yes. Okay, so let's talk about video clip number one. So in the video, we can see a young man, and he is working at a restaurant, most probably, and his boss here is trying to encourage him. He says that he believes in the young man, right? And so he wants him to work and not to let him down. So maybe this young man is a part-timer in that restaurant. Alright, so speaking of a part-timer, what about you,
I will do my best. I will never let my team down.
Right, that is perfect. Great job. Letter B, please.
Don't let me down again.
Right, okay, that is perfect. Thank you so much, John. So speaking of not letting someone down, what about you, John? How do you usually handle it when you let someone down?
Well,
page.